Good morning, class 5B. Today I'm here with your comprehension passage from your book, Mulberry book, okay? The power of non-violence. Now, what is the meaning of non-violence, children? It means using peaceful means rather than force to bring change. Yes, when you need to bring change in someone, you should use the non-violence method rather than hitting, okay, using the violence means. Now, Dr. Arun Gandhi, grandson of Mahatma Gandhi and founder of the M.K. Gandhi Institute for Nonviolence, in his June 9 lecture at the University of Puerto Rico, shared the following story. So you have the grandson of Mahatma Gandhi who's sharing a story, okay, how nonviolence changed his life. So let's read the passage. I was 16 years old and living with my parents at the institute my grandfather had founded 18 miles outside Durban, South Africa, in the middle of the sugar plantations. We were deep in the country and had no neighbors. Okay, people who are around you, okay, next to your house, they are called neighbors. But he did not have any neighbors. So my two sisters and I would always look forward to going to town to visit friends or go to the movies. So they wanted some entertainment. Therefore, he used to resort to going to the movie theaters to watch movies. One day, my father asked me to drive him to town for an all-day conference here meeting, and I jumped at the chance. So he took the chance. Since I was going to town, my mother gave me a list of groceries. Groceries means all those, your rice, atta, all those comes in the groceries. Okay, so she wanted that. She needed, and since I had all day, now this is a phrasal verb, children, okay, an action word, okay, so there's a phrase, all right, it makes meaning on its own. I had all day, that means he had all day. Here means he had the day to himself, he could do anything now. In town, my father asked me to take care of several pending chores. Pending means the work that was left over, okay, chores means the small works that need to be done, such as getting the car serviced, okay? When I dropped my father, okay, that means he left his father in his meeting. Off that morning, he said, I will meet you here at 5 p.m. and we will go home together. After hurriedly completing my chores, that means quickly he completed all his works, I went straight to the nearest movie theater. I got so engrossed, that means he was so much interested in a John Wayne double feature that I forgot the time. So he was watching the English movie of John Wayne, okay? It was already 5:30 before I remembered. By the time I ran to the garage and got the car and returned and hurried, to where my father was waiting for me, it was almost 6 o'clock. He anxiously, so the meaning of anxiously, in other words, you have is fearful, concerned, eager, impatient. So that's what we call it synonyms. Okay, children? I told you last time to find the synonyms, and most of you all did not do that. That means a word which has another word but which means the same. So here, anxiously means fearful, concerned, eager, impatient. So these are all the synonyms of anxiously. He asked me, why were you late? I was so ashamed of telling him that I was watching a John Wayne Western movie. Okay, so this is a very long time back. So obviously watching Western movie now was, he was feeling ashamed to tell his father. I said the car wasn't ready, so I had to wait, not realizing that he had already called the garage. So he told a lie to his father that he was waiting there in the garage for the car, but as his father already knew that he had been lying. Now, when he caught me in the lie, okay, his father understood. He said, there's something wrong in the way I brought you up. So the father did not scold the son that he lied, but instead, what happens here? Father started reflecting, that is what? There's something wrong in the way. He started thinking on his own. I brought you up, that didn't give you the confidence to tell the truth. In order to figure out where I went wrong with you, I'm going to walk home 18 miles and think about it. So here you can see how the father has used the non-violent method to teach his son a lesson Okay, he did not hit his son. He did not, use abusive words to his child. But what did he do? He said, I must have gone wrong somewhere in bringing up you because you are not speaking the truth. So now I have to do the reflection. And for that, I need time. So I need to walk back home 18 miles. So you can imagine when your father says that, how hurt you'll be, okay, in your mistake. So, dressed in his suit and dress shoes, he began to walk home in the dark on mostly unpaved, unlit roads. Unpaved, that means the roads that was not carpeted well, unlit or dark roads. I couldn't leave him. So, son could not leave his father. So, for 5.5 hours, I drove behind him, watching my father go through this agony meaning your pain, for a stupid lie that I uttered. That means he just said it in a hurry, I decided then and there that I was never going to lie again. So you can see how, it changed the nature of the son, that he never was going to lie again. I often think about that episode. So he is now narrating this incident of his life here in the conference, as we have seen in the passage. I often think about that episode, that means that part, that happened in his life, and think, if he had punished me that way, we punish our children now, whether I would have learned a lesson at all. Yes, when we beat, a child, what happens? You get hurt. For some time, you start crying, but we forget the mistake what you have done. But here he's learned a lesson. I don't think so. I would have suffered the punishment and gone of doing the same thing. But this single non-violent action was so powerful that it has as if it happened yesterday. So he still remembers what his father did to teach him a lesson. He did not use hands to teach a lesson to his son, but he did the reflection, and he took the blame on himself, and he walked for 18 miles, and that was the biggest punishment for his son. So that is the power of non-violence, using no hands, no using abusive words, but reflecting, self-reflection, that is called. Children, so that was non-violence. So now you have your questions here, and you can refer to the passage, and as I've underlined those words, so you can pronounce those words, and then you can also look up the dictionary for the meanings. Now, who is the speaker in this passage? Of course, the speaker is the grandson of M.K. Gandhi. Who do you think is the grandfather who is mentioned in this passage? So we know the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi is the grandfather. How old was the speaker when this incident took place? The speaker was 16 years old when this incident took place. Why was the speaker late in meeting his father? The speaker was late in meeting his father because he went to watch the Western movie, of John Wayne. Now, what was the punishment that his father gave him? There was no such punishment, but there was the reflection, self-reflection that the father did, and he walked for 18 miles to think where he went wrong, in bringing up his son. And seeing his father walk for 18 miles back home was the punishment for the child. Did the speaker's father have anything in common with the grandfather? Yes, of course. What was common? Both Mahatma Gandhi and the grandson followed the path of non-violence. So that was the common thing that was between them. Give a reason to support your answer. So you can just give the incident. That becomes your reason. Now find the words from the passage that means the following. So you have to look at the sentences here and then look at the words in the passage to find. So I have written the words for you, your children. People who stay close to your house, they are called your neighbors. Small jobs, they are called chores. Very interested in, we saw he's engrossed. Extreme pain, that was agony. Extreme pain. You can also find other words, the synonyms for agony. Said is uttered. You can also find up the dictionary again. Look up dictionary for the synonyms. Children. So thank you, and you can write down this in your copy, the questions and also the words from the passage that mean the following. Children, don't stop reading. You need to keep reading, and learn new words, and you know the meaning of that. Look up a dictionary. Thank you, children.